One of the most common things I hear from writers is this. People say my writing is good, but they stop reading after the first chapter. The reason isn't usually the writing, it's something more structural that I think a lot of writers don't actually realize. Let's talk about why this happens. If your first chapter feels like it should be working, you know the writing is good, you know the character is interesting, and something is happening, but when you read it back, it still feels kind of flat. Here's why. Your first chapter needs to make a promise. And without a promise, readers don't know why they should keep turning the pages. This is what they're actually subconsciously looking for in the first few pages, sometimes in the first line. So if agents or readers stop after your first chapter, this is usually why. If we haven't met before, I'm Melissa Bourbon. I have published more than 35 novels with various publishers, national bestseller, and I've spent years helping writers understand how stories actually hold readers. One of the most important and common patterns I see in manuscripts that almost work is that the first chapter is doing a lot of work, introducing characters, introducing setting, introducing the situation, that ordinary world in the hero's journey. But it's not doing the one job readers are waiting for. If you're interested in understanding the deeper mechanics of storytelling and the psychology behind it, why readers stay engaged, and why they kind of drift away, make sure you subscribe to this channel. That is what we explore here every single week. Okay, let's look at the problem. Most readers think the first chapter is about information, that ordinary world. Who is the character? Where is the story taking place? What is happening today in their life? But readers don't open a book asking who is the character. They open a book asking something much simpler, and that is, what kind of story am I in? Is this a mystery? Is this about transformation? Is this about danger? Is this about love or discovery? And before readers can commit their attention, they need to feel the direction of the story. So the ordinary world is definitely important. I'm a big fan of the hero's journey, but you also have to introduce a promise to the reader. I've got a bunch of examples, so stick around. Let's look at some examples from books with first chapters that truly launch the story. The first is The Hunger Games. Immediately, we know that survival is at stake. The first chapter shows Katniss waking up and realizing that her sister Prim is gone from the bed. And then within a few pages, we see several things. We see the poverty of District 12. We see Katniss illegally hunting beyond the fence, which is sort of great foreshadowing. We see the fear surrounding the upcoming reaping. We don't even know what that means, but we know it's not good. So what the first chapter establishes for the reader is that Katniss is responsible for her family. The world they live in is oppressive and dangerous, and something important is about to happen. We don't know what that thing is, but again, we know that it is not good. The chapter doesn't start with history or world building. Instead, it shows how this world affects the protagonist, Katniss, and her daily survival. And we understand that it is about survival. Before the story even explains the political system of Panem, the first chapter shows us a girl breaking the law just to feed her family, and the stakes are very visible instantly. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Immediately, the opening chapter, the opening scene, establishes the mystery of this world, of the Harry Potter world. The first chapter focuses on the Dursleys noticing strange magical events happening around them, and the readers see owls flying during the day, people celebrating in cloaks, mysterious whispers about Harry Potter. What this chapter promises is something extraordinary happened in the wizarding world. Also, that there is a wizarding world. Harry Potter is important to this wizarding world. A magical world exists alongside the normal world. This really works because the chapter creates curiosity before the protagonist even appears as an active character. So there's a lot of mystery, and we are promised a great adventure with magic. We are left with questions. Who is Harry Potter and what happened? Notice that the book doesn't begin with Harry at Hogwarts. Instead, the first chapter builds mystery around him. So the reader is already curious about Harry Potter before we even meet him. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It introduces the central mystery in that first chapter. The novel opens with Henry Vanger receiving a mysterious flower every year on his birthday. Okay, that's curious, right? This is something that has happened for decades. Also curious. What the first chapter establishes then for the reader is a long unsolved disappearance, an obsessive mystery, and really strong emotional stakes for Henrik. It promises that this story will be about uncovering a buried truth and investigating a decades-old mystery. And this works because instead of slowly introducing characters, the book begins with the mystery that drives the entire novel. So we, as readers, our curiosity is piqued. The first chapter doesn't explain the entire Wenger family history yet. It just shows us the puzzle that has haunted this man for years. And that puzzle really becomes the engine, sort of the backbone of the story. Notice what these openings have in common. The story engine, that backbone, appears immediately. In The Hunger Games, it's about survival. In Harry Potter, it's the mystery of the wizarding world. In The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, it's a decades-old disappearance. So right away, we understand what these books are about. The reader may not understand everything yet, but we have and can feel the direction the story is going to go in. Now let's look at a couple of movies because they're always so fun. Let's look at Raiders of the Lost Ark and the jungle temple scene. This opening scene shows the protagonist's skills, the danger of the world, and the type of adventure story we are in. Within minutes, we learn that Indiana Jones is brilliant but vulnerable. The world is full of traps and ancient power, and betrayal exists. The scene promises us adventure, ancient mysteries, escalating danger, and Harrison Ford. Can't go wrong there. The opening scene isn't about explaining who Indiana Jones is. Instead, it shows us the kind of story we're entering, a world of danger, ancient artifacts, narrow escapes, just full-on fun adventure. Now let's look at Jurassic Park. We have the Velociraptor containment scene, which is so stressful. The movie opens with a worker being attacked during a dinosaur transfer. Why does this work? Well, we immediately see something dangerous exists, and humans cannot fully control it. We know that this place, wherever they're at, the park, isn't safe. So the opening makes us some promises. This is a story about science losing control, about nature fighting back, and about survival. Before we even meet the main characters, the opening scene shows us the central tension of the story. Humans trying to control something far, far, far more powerful than they realize. And that tension drives the entire movie and the entire book. And then let's go back to The Hunger Games, but this time the film. So the opening, we have a scene in District 12. Then we see the poverty and the danger outside the district and Katniss hunting illegally. And just as it does in the book, in the film, we see in this scene the oppressiveness of the world. We see Katniss's responsibility for her sister, and we see survival as a daily reality. The opening is making us some promises. This story is, again, about survival, about sacrifice, and about oppressive systems. So we know what we're getting into, and we are interested and curious. It doesn't explain the entire political system yet, but it does show Katniss breaking rules to keep her family alive, which tells us exactly what kind of protagonist we are going to get to deal with and get to know, and that makes her even more interesting. Now, here is a mistake I often see in first chapters over and over and over again. It's a subtle problem, but once you see it, I promise you're going to start noticing it everywhere. Writers delay the promise. That's it. Writers delay the promise. Instead of establishing the direction the story is going to go, the opening chapter often focuses on something else, like the character waking up or driving somewhere, thinking about their life, talking to a friend. None of these things are inherently wrong, but they delay the moment when the reader understands why this story matters and what they're going to get. When that happens, the reader's curiosity doesn't ignite. It's like nothing's going off in here. They're watching events unfold, but they don't know where the story is heading. And so are they willing to take a chance and keep going and figure it out? Or are they just going to put it aside and go to the next one on their TBR pile? I have actually experienced this type of opening in my own writing. This is what this channel is about, things I've learned over the years through my experience, 35 novels. There are quite a few novels that I've revised where the original opening, technically it worked, yes. The writing was solid, the characters were interesting. The scene itself wasn't necessarily the problem, but I hadn't revealed the story's promise yet. One example was in the first of my Lola Cruz series, Living the Vida Lola. The original opening that I had followed Lola in a moment that was very in character. She was moving through her day, working at the restaurant, dealing with her family dynamics, thinking about, pressures around her life and career. It was lively. It was even sassy, as the series is. The dialogue worked. And early readers even told me they really liked spending time with her and getting to know her. But I knew something was missing. It wasn't going to hook readers because they didn't know what kind of book this was going to be. And we want to hook readers and we want them to dig in. I hadn't introduced the driving force of the story, which is that she's a PI. The danger Lola was about to be pulled into wasn't visible yet. There was no way to predict it. So the reader was meeting Lola, yes, but they didn't understand what kind of journey the story was going to take them on. When I revised the opening, I shifted the focus so that the reader could sense the direction of the story much earlier. The tension that drives the novel, the conflict that eventually will force Lola to make impossible choices, appeared on the horizon right away. Suddenly, the opening wasn't just introducing a character, it was introducing trajectory. And once that happened, everything changed. Agents started responding. I got 2 offers of representation. Editors responded differently. I got multiple offers of acquisition. Multiple editors wanted to acquire it. Ultimately, readers stayed longer because the story suddenly had purpose. The reader could feel where the narrative was going to pull them. And once that promise was visible, turning the page stopped being a decision, it became momentum. I saw the same thing happen in my Book Magic series. When I was working on The Bibliomancer's Daughter, which is the first book in that series, my early opening chapter focused on introducing Pippin, my main character, and the town of Devil's Cove. There's a bookstore. The setting is charming. It's like Roanoke on the Outer Banks. Fictional island, though. The scene itself worked, but something was missing. The reader could see the world, yes, but they couldn't yet see the magic that was going to define the story. That's an integral part. So I ended up revising that opening so that the magic was expected. And suddenly the reader understood that right away. They knew what they were going to get. So this wasn't just a mystery with a bookstore. It was a story that was much bigger, where books carried power. And once that promise was visible, the opening scene felt completely different. Not because the writing changed, but just because the direction of the story became clearer. So whether the story is a mystery or a magical novel or something else entirely, the opening chapter has to do the same job. It is not to explain everything. It's not an info dump. Ordinary world, but with expectation, with a promise. The point is to reveal the direction of the story. Now let's look at the opening of The Dark Knight. A bank robbery unfolds. Criminals betray each other one by one.
Where did you learn to count?
They wired this thing up with like 5,000 volts. What kind of bank does that?
A mob bank. I guess the Joker's as crazy as they say.
Finally, we meet the Joker.
What do you believe in, huh? What do you believe in?
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
This scene isn't just introducing a character. It is truly establishing a promise. The story is going to explore what happens when chaos confronts order. And once that promise appears, the rest of the film expands on that whole theme, that whole premise. It's the promise of the premise. So here's your promise test. It's a simple question you can ask about your first chapter. By the end of those opening pages, does the reader understand what kind of journey this story will take them on? They don't need to understand every plot point. They do not need to know every detail. They just need to know the direction. Is this a mystery? Is this transformation? Is this about danger? Is this about discovery or love or revenge? What kind of story is it? And if that direction isn't visible yet, if it isn't clear to the reader, then the opening, while it may be very interesting, it is not going to feel inevitable. And we want it to feel inevitable, and we want to hook our readers so that they get momentum and that tension builds immediately and they want to keep reading. Readers don't stay because something happens. They stay because they sense meaning forming. The first chapter doesn't need to explain the entire story. It has to signal the direction, and that signal is the promise. I actually made a full video explaining why readers quit even when the story is good, and that's the next one I recommend you watch, so go there. Understanding is what is going to help you fix your opening. So again, check out this video next.